Stonehenge, the Tower of London, and the British Museum are some of the sights people expect to see when they visit Britain. But what are the things you would not expect to see? Picture yourself in London. It's the year 1837, when suddenly a large fellow wearing a black coat with red eyes jumps out of nowhere. That would be Spring Heel Jack. Spring Heel Jack was first sighted in London when he was reported to have jumped over a high wall and onto a roof of a nearby house. Later that year, he appeared again, scaring a number of women with his long metallic claws. And as time went on, Spring Heel Jack seemed to acquire the ability to breathe blue flames at his victims. Although reported throughout the country, there were no significant stories until the 1870s, when he appeared again at an army barracks and slapped a soldier on duty. Ow! Although given chase by army colleagues, Spring Heel Jack jumped away to safety. Black Shuck is a giant black dog with red eyes and huge claws, seen in the East Anglia and Essex region. First reported in 1577 at a church where it burst in and killed 2 people, while at the same time the church steeple collapsed. Scorch marks still seen on the church doors are said to come from Shuck's claws. Black Shuck is one of many vicious dogs recorded across Britain. It is said that his footsteps make no sound, and just looking at the creature can bring bad luck. In 2009, the bones of a 7-foot dog were found close to the church where Black Shuck first appeared. And, with no recent sightings, is it possible that the beast has now vanished? The Lambton worm is set in County Durham. Although a worm may seem harmless enough, this worm was actually a huge dragon-like creature. John Lambton, heir of the Lambton estate, was out fishing in the River Wear when he caught something that looked like an eel. Rather than put it back into the river, he instead threw it down a well. Years later, the creature got much bigger and began eating local animals and people. Lambton consulted a local witch about how to kill it, and he had his armour covered with razor-sharp spear points so to avoid being squeezed to death. Lambton killed the reptile, but brought a curse upon his family for not following the witch's advice. Herne the Hunter is a ghost found in the Berkshire region. Supposedly employed by King Richard II as a keeper of Windsor Forest, he also accompanied the king when hunting. Herne was fatally wounded, saving Richard from a charging stag. But a stranger appeared and cured Herne by tying the antlers of the dead stag to Herne's head, but demanded Herne's hunting skills in payment of saving his life. Without his hunting abilities, Herne hung himself from an oak tree and now haunts the forest. Herne the Hunter has been used as a character in a Shakespeare play and also features in Robin Hood. The last actual sighting of Herne was in the 1970s, and his appearance is sometimes associated with impending disaster. Okay, that's all for this time, but have a look at some of my other British themed videos. Huzzah!